With the 10th pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Devin Bush, linebacker, Michigan.
And he goes down by Devin Bush.
You run out of things to say about Devin Bush.
All right, officially welcome to Pittsburgh. What was that welcome like at the airport?
It was crazy. It was a whole bunch of people just cheering me on and, saying my name. And so I felt the love.
What made you bring the terrible towel and just kind of get to work as soon as you got there?
I mean, I'm already acclimated. I'm a Steeler, and that's what I'm going to be.
You come from a football family. TJ Watt came from a football family. Last year's first-round draft pick, Terrell Edmonds, came from a football family. We know the pros. You kind of know what to expect. You have someone to lean on that's been through the situation. What are the cons?
Oh, man, it's just expectations. What comes with my name, comes with my last name, and who I associate myself with. So it's probably just the expectations probably the biggest part.
How do you, manage those or maybe kind of try to create your own path?
Yeah, you just don't hear it. Obviously you got to know what's coming, and you got to hear it, let it go through one ear and out the other.
I had a chance to watch the video that you watched of your family right after you were selected. You had the headphones on, the tears were rolling, just the message that they were saying to you.
Yeah.
What did that mean when you had a chance to maybe fully digest the things your sisters, your mom, and your dad said?
It just meant everything. Just know I have my family behind my back. They got my best interests, and they always been there since day one. They helped me through all the good times, through all the hard times, no matter what situation it was. They always loved me for me.
What do you take away from growing up with two sisters?
It gives me a sensitive side.
You have a sensitive side?
I have a sensitive side. I have an understanding side. I'm very caring because I got two, older sisters that I got to take care of. And I love them to death, and those like my babies. So. How
do you balance that with maybe the side we see of you on the field, this physical, leading, very loud player?
Hey, siren! Siren! Siren!
It's kind of hand in hand, honestly. Sometimes you gotta do tough love. You gotta be demanding. Not physical, but you gotta be demanding, and you gotta, voice your thoughts and give directions.
Your dad coached you in high school. He helped coach you in college. What's the best piece of advice he's giving you as you head into this next chapter?
Man, just take it all in. You're groomed to do this. You're a professional now. Handle yourself accordingly. There's only so much more I could teach you. You learn by experience.
When did you realize that maybe your dad was who he was when you were younger, and maybe you started realizing that there were those expectations you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I think when I first picked up a football, I kind of understood, who my dad was and, what he'd been through to get there. And I felt the expectations when I actually started playing organized football. A lot of people recognized my father. A lot of people looked at me as, just being a shadow of him. So definitely felt the pressure at a young age.
After you were drafted on Thursday night, you were talking to Deion Sanders about Ray Lewis being a mentor, also your godfather, Derrick Brooks. What is it like having people like that to lean on?
It's very, very, very fortunate to have those two guys in my corner. Being able to reach out to them, knowing they're going to pick up the phone and give me the best advice, and not lead me into the wrong way and always going to put me down the right path. I just can't be more thankful for them being in my corner.
Did Ray Lewis tell you anything about AFC North football?
Nah, not yet.
You gonna pick his brain?
Definitely gotta pick his brain.
Speaking of AFC North football, you're going for playing for a Harbaugh to playing against a Harbaugh. Will you pick his brain or talk to him about facing his brother twice a year?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. If that time comes and I got the opportunity to and I feel like I could take it, I would.
The Steelers talked very glowingly about you and just following you since you were an underclassman, having a chance to meet you at different stops along this process. Explain the relationship that you felt you had, particularly with Coach Tomlin.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely hit it off the first time we met. We had a lot to relate to, and we just talked about life. We kind of dropped the football, and we just talked about life and how to be a better person and how you take on different things. To the football part of it, that's the part I do well. But just me and Coach Tomlin talked about just being the best man you could be.
You said after you were drafted that you knew the Steelers were high on you. Does that make you want to be a Steeler because you knew that team wanted you, or I'm sure there was other teams who also probably were verbally telling you they were high on you?
Yeah, definitely. Just knowing what the Steelers gave up to get me moving up in the draft, I know it's something that they don't do very often. And to have that feeling where it's like, we really need that guy, is just a big testament to them and testament to me, knowing that they want to win and they're going to bring the right guy to do that.
What do you know about the Steelers and what do you know about the Steelers defense?
I know Steelers defense is very historic. We got a lot of great players that rode through this place and played great defense. So they looking to rebuild that and go win a Super Bowl.
Joe Green, a pillar of this organization, announced your pick. Did you get a chance to meet him at all?
Yeah, I shook his hand. It was very brief, but just to be able to just look him in his eyes and shake his hand and for him to say my name and hopefully he remembers it, it was just a surreal moment for me.
You were a captain at Michigan. That has to take a certain characteristic to be voted on that by your teammates. When did you realize you had that role in you to be this unquestioned leader?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of just hit me that day. I kind of always been a leader, but that being established, from my teammates, it was definitely a big honor. And I feel like I always just been me. I never was somebody I never wasn't, and a lot of people respected that.
Lastly, there's a lot of Ohio State guys in this locker room. Have any of them reached out to you yet?
Nah, not yet, but I know my day is coming though.